Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Well, the grand tour of New York is over and I assume that Harry and Meghan are safely back in Montecito, back by private jet with their enormous entourage and a private jet full of Max Mara cashmere coats by the seams of things. And I'm heartily sick of those cashmere coats and I'm heartily sick of Harry and Meghan at the moment, which is why I didn't upload any readings yesterday. But now I would like to look from their point of view and see how the trip went. Did it accomplish what they wanted it to accomplish? Was it worth it? Was it a big fat waste of time? How did it go? I'm going to be looking at 3 particular situations, which I will explain to you as I go through the reading. And I'm going to then also look particularly at Harry and how it went for him, and then Meghan and how it went for her. And using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, it's my rather dark graded Rider-Waite tarot, nothing fancy, nothing complicated, just a simple reading today, a 7-card reading, and as I say, I will explain it to you as I go through it. And just get the cards out for you. Try to think how is the best way to lay them out. I think we're just going to do them in a line. And 4 cards and 3 cards. And as I say, I will explain them to you as I go through them. And the bottom of the deck, underlying energy, is the Magician in reverse, which is interesting. This is not manifesting what you wanted, and that's a big answer to my question, Magician in reverse. Trying, pulling out all the stops but not succeeding. And it's also a bit of a trickster energy when it's in the reverse. The Magician is always a bit of a trickster energy, but when it's in the reverse, it's a real trickster, the puppet master behind the scenes, pulling the strings and getting things done. But in the reverse, not really getting things done. So that's interesting, and I'll just put it over there because I do have a very specific card here for just the energy around them at the end of this trip, this situation. What was the vibe like on the plane going back, shall we say? Ooh, ouch. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, they dropped a whole lot of money on this, that's for sure. Sunshine Sacks, in my opinion, let's quickly get that out the way. This is all just my opinion, entertainment purposes, tarot reading. And Sunshine Sacks is well connected in New York, and at least with the mayor. And they go back, Ken Sunshine, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone will, thank you. And yeah, there's a lot of contacts there in New York, and they spent an awful lot of money on this tour, this trip, and it's hurting. The plane home, yeah, out of pocket, not feeling good, not feeling as if they made the connections they wanted to make, not feeling as if they made the contacts, the deals, signed the deals, got the rewards for the money that they spent. So my first scenario, these are the 3 scenarios here. My first scenario that I want to look at is the United Nations meeting. It was a very short meeting, 30-minute meeting apparently. And Meghan came out looking quite tearful, according to some people on Tumblr. They did not get to see the big cheese at the United Nations. They got to see a lesser dignitary. And only a few days earlier, Angelina Jolie had seen the Secretary General of the United Nations. Queen Maxima of the Netherlands also saw him. So, Markle's downgraded to, as I say, a lesser dignitary, only got half an hour of time. And how do they feel it went? How did that meeting go? No, they feel that it went well. King of Wands, it was very positive, very public. King of Wands, leadership, of course, that is global leadership with the United Nations, and the King of Wands is the leader. So they don't feel that they were snubbed. They don't feel that it was a futile meeting at all. However upset some people say, Meghan in particular looked afterwards. It was not a waste of time as far as they were concerned. That she doesn't feel that they were snubbed, that they were treated badly. They definitely, it was a powerful meeting and an important meeting from their point of view. So I'm not getting any reason to feel upset there. Perhaps, just perhaps, Prince Harry got more of the attention in that meeting. Male figure, the King of Wands, just perhaps. And Prince Harry has come up as a King of Wands recently in my readings. And so that might be why there was an aura about Meghan Markle of nose out of joint a little bit after that meeting. My next scenario that I want to look at is that school visit in Harlem, where allegedly they were heckled by at least one person, and Prince Harry looked quite angry at one stage and pushed some children away. He pushed them away quite roughly, it's alleged, and there were some apparently upset little children crying, sad little faces. So I want to know how that visit went. Also very positive from their point of view. The Nine of Pentacles is, of course, the Meghan Markle card, that she felt very successful. She went there as the gracious lady to donate vegetable boxes and a book nook and whatever else she donated. So she felt that she was dispensing largesse from, you know, she is abundant, she is superior, she is well provided for, and she was passing that on to these less fortunate souls in Harlem in her stupendously expensive and rather startling red outfit. And I don't want to body shame or shame her too much in this reading. Daily Mail did a pretty good job of that. But yeah, it was all about Meghan, that meeting, all about Meghan. She was the one going there to read her a fantastic piece of writing, The Bench, to the children, and it was all about her, and she lapped it up. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. No sign of Harry there. United Nations meeting, possibly more about Harry. This one, definitely all about her, and she felt that she came off really well in this scenario. So there's no sign of anger or upset or humiliation. The little bit of heckling, maybe Prince Harry was upset, it's not showing in these cards. The dominant energy coming through here is that Meghan Markle had a wonderful time. She felt absolutely fantastic there among the less fortunate souls, and in that very expensive outfit, and I won't say any more about that outfit. Final scenario is the evening of the concert, where Harry and Meghan showed up and did their two-part introduction. And Meghan did look slightly awkward at some point in that little intro speech. Again, allegedly, when she possibly caught sight of herself on the giant screen and didn't necessarily like what she saw. Quite risky for her going out in public so soon after that heavily airbrushed and photoshopped Time magazine cover and all the other photos in there. And she's been able to control her image very closely and very carefully for the past 18 months because of the pandemic, but she couldn't in New York. And so how do they feel that that went? King of Pentacles in reverse. Not so great with the King of Pentacles in reverse for some reason. And that's the Prince Harry card, Earth, Sun, Man. And for some reason, Prince Harry didn't feel so great there. And possibly rubbing shoulders with people who really are genuine celebrities and were performing at the concerts, and people really wanted to see them and not have to listen to Harry and Meghan. Possibly dented his ego a bit there on the night, but I'm not getting anything negative about Meghan Markle there. So all told, those three scenarios look like they were quite happy, quite successful as far as the Harkles were concerned. Perhaps Prince Harry a little bit nose out of joint at the final event. He was photographed standing next to a very tall person and standing on his toes, trying to look very tall too. And that was a bit silly. And perhaps we know that they go through all the press on them afterwards, and perhaps he was a little bit miffed when he saw that, and a little bit indignant. But I'm not getting major train smash, any of these things. That's the interesting energy on the flight home. And so individually now, overall, Harry, how does Prince Harry feel that the tour went, the trip went? Was it worth it? Did he feel good about himself? The Hanged Man, good grief. That is a surprising card to see, because it is the sacrifice card. And the card of being hung out to dry, the card of being excluded, having to just hang in limbo. There was talk that someone spotted him at a bar in New York playing on his phone, fiddling on his phone while Meghan was holding forth to people, and he was bored, rigid. And he did give that air at certain stages that he was just tagging along. He was an afterthought, and it was all about Meghan. And there it is, the Hanged Man. He certainly felt that, and we weren't imagining it. It's there in the energy that he felt redundant, a spare part, hanging around waiting for things to happen. It wasn't his most fun weekend, I can tell you that. The polo weekend, when he was let off his leash for a while, that was a fun weekend. This one, not so much. Having to be on best behavior, having to try not to wear crumpled clothes, having to make intelligent conversation with really important people, and not in hired limos, and with what looked like maybe hired security, and very small crowds. Difficult for him, and maybe hanging there upside down, he got a bit of a different perspective on what's going on in his life and who's wearing the pants, the somewhat crumpled pants in her case. And yeah, I did promise myself I wouldn't be too snarky about the clothes. And okay, so let's move on to Madame Duchess, Madame Markle. How did it go for her? Oop, not good. 2 of Wands in reverse. Not good at all. She set out to conquer. She set out to make partnerships. She went with that globe in her hand. She was determined to absolutely gain world domination there. But the plans came apart. Plans didn't work out. 2 of Wands is plans not coming together. A-team there, but not an A-team moment. And yeah, partnership that unraveled. So some of the deals that she thought she was going to make, she didn't. Some of the connections that she thought were going to be brilliant weren't. And not a major arcana. Harry's is major arcana. Harry is the one that really felt bad. Didn't enjoy it. She feels like she failed to achieve what she set out to achieve. And so, final card, overall outcome for the Harkles, from our point of view, or from their plans going forward point of view, from raising their profiles. Was it a success? Is it going to put them on a better path? And we get the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Doesn't look like it. That is, again, dropping money. Queen of Pentacles and the upright, very successful, very abundant, very generous, very highly regarded. The Queen of Pentacles is of all the Queen energies, it's the one that's the most reliable, the most solid, the most generous, the most pleasant. The one you really want in your corner. And when she's in the reverse, she is not doing well. She's mean. She is takes her support away, and she is scrounging to make a living. This is all about Meghan Markle, the outcome. Meghan Markle there in Montecito, as I say, where she could control her image, she could sit on that throne and feel important. She's dethroned when the card is in the reverse. It's not going to enhance her reputation. It's not going to do what she wanted it to do in terms of raising her profile, possibly planting her on a path towards political power or whatever kind of power she is after at the moment, because certainly the way she was dressing and the way she was presenting herself, she was presenting herself as a power player. No more a celebrity, no more of the Hollywood thing, the woke thing. That's all gone. Now it's, I'm here in New York, I'm here with serious and important people. Politics, very important NGOs, very important global organizations, and it's not looking good for her. The cards that don't look good for her, Ace of Pentacles, waste of money. Lost a whole lot of money on this trip. People are talking about deals with the WHO and Chelsea Clinton and all kinds of things going on behind the scenes. We'll have to wait to see if any of that materializes. But so far they're out of pocket, and her reputation has not been enhanced. And Prince Harry also feels that at some stage his reputation wasn't enhanced, and that he is a spare part. And it looks a bit foolish. The Hanged Man isn't a good card if you are full of ego and pride, when you are dangling there from that tree for all the world to see. Not good for the self-esteem. So, and of course we get the Magician as the underlying energy, Magician in reverse, not manifesting what you set out to manifest. That's Major Arcana. Two of Wands in reverse is the same energy, but Minor Arcana. So not all brilliant for them. United Nations, positive. The school, positive. Concerts, not great. And both of their experiences are negative cards when I analyze them separately. So that was rather an interesting snapshot, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next reading.